What a monster husband.
Ari.
Yeah, Juwan, Nathan Jingles is facing a long list of felonies from murder to violating a restraining order to child abuse. And here's the thing. Mary Jingles did everything she could. She had a restraining order out against her estranged husband. Obviously, it didn't prevent this horrific violence. And BSO says it started Sunday morning when Jingles showed up at her father-in-law's house, his father-in-law's house right over here, his wife's father's house. Ended up, they say, shooting him in the head at point-blank range while he was having a cup of coffee. Then he pursued his terrified wife across the street. She went door to door trying to find some safety. Ended up walking into this house where somebody opened the door for her, but police say Jingles followed inside and emptied multiple rounds at both of them inside the house.
Stop domestic violence. It's always wrong, and it's never right. Damn.
To learn more on that tragedy in Tamarack, you're looking at surveillance video where you can actually hear gunshots.
The suspect went before a judge today. He is now facing even more charges. NBC6 reporter Ari Yatzer is live from Tamarack with the very latest for us. Ari.
Yeah, Juwan, Nathan Jingles is facing a long list of felonies from murder to violating a restraining order to child abuse. And here's the thing. Mary Jingles did everything she could. She had a restraining order out against her estranged husband. Obviously, it didn't prevent this horrific violence. And BSO says it started Sunday morning when Jingles showed up at her father-in-law's house, his father-in-law's house right over here, his wife's father's house. Ended up, they say, shooting him in the head at point-blank range while he was having a cup of coffee. Then he pursued his terrified wife across the street. She went door to door trying to find some safety. Ended up walking into this house where somebody opened the door for her, but police say Jingles followed inside and emptied multiple rounds at both of them inside the house.
Sir, you're charged with 3 counts premeditated murder.
None of it was a surprise to Nathan Jingles. He knows the charges against him, that he murdered his wife, Mary Jingles, her father, David Ponzer, and Andrew Farron, the neighbor who was just trying to help.
The system failed this woman, and the overflow of that failure landed on us, landed on a gentle soul who loved life.
A doorbell camera down the street captured the sound of gunshots, and then a few seconds later, a woman screaming. It's an audio record of the horror unfolding a few doors down. And then you see Nathan Jingles walking away with his daughter. Those footprints show where Jingles, with his daughter in tow, methodically followed Mary Jingles as she ran house to house, desperately looking for safety. Andrew Farron's uncle describes what he saw on another security camera video.
A soldier in action. It was methodical. The way that the woman was terrified and running, and the way that he had this controlled, fast style pace, but totally in control, like a predator who was playing with its prey. You could feel the terror that was in this poor woman's mind and heart.
George David counted 10 bullet casings inside his brother's house. As neighbors pay tribute, he can't unsee the aftermath of murder.
I can't let that be the thing that defines my memory of my nephew.
Video that George David was describing comes from the security camera at the house next door to his brother's house. We haven't seen it, but what he describes matches the arrest warrant for Nathan Jingles. And one of the things he said you can see or hear on that video is 4-year-old Seraphine Jingles saying, "Daddy, stop. Daddy, stop." The little girl actually witnessed her grandfather and her mom being murdered. We're live in Tamarack. Ari Yatzer, NBC6.
breaking news. Most of you probably received this Amber Alert this morning for a kidnapped child and a woman tonight. We know that child has been found safe. The woman is dead, and the father on your screen is in custody. Good evening. I'm Chelsea Jones. This investigation began with a man found dead in a Tamarack home, and that is where we begin our team coverage. CBS News Miami's Anna McAllister joining us live from the street where both death investigations are happening. Anna, you just heard from BSO a short time ago.
Yes, Chelsea, that's right. Thankfully, that little girl, she is okay. That is a silver lining in the situation. But tragically, 2 people are dead. A man, like you mentioned, found dead here earlier today, and that little girl's mom also found dead earlier this afternoon. Still a very active scene. We have seen dozens of police officers here on the scene. I want to take a step out of the way so you get a better look. You can see that BSO Mobile Command Center has been stationed out here for hours trying to figure out what happened here on the 5800 block of North Plum Bay Parkway. Now, I want to bring you to a picture of the mother. According to BSO, the mom who was shot to death is 34-year-old Mary Gingles. They discovered she and Gingles' 4-year-old daughter were missing. When they came out to investigate, they found a man who was shot to death inside of the home. That happened earlier this morning. Now, an Amber Alert was issued for the mother and the daughter. Police believe the girl's father and estranged husband of Mary, 43-year-old Nathan Gingles, took his daughter from the home here this morning. And at the time, Mary, the girl's mother, she was also missing. Now, around 11 o'clock in the morning, they found the little girl unharmed with her father, Nathan, in North Lauderdale. Police took Nathan into custody for violating an injunction regarding contact with this little girl. And again, earlier this afternoon, police found the child's mother, Mary, shot to death in a home here on North Plum Bay Parkway. Now, we did some digging and we found some court documents out of Broward County. And we found that Mary had filed an injunction against Nathan last February, almost a year to the day, following a domestic violence incident. She also filed for a divorce. Now, we're still working to learn the identity of the man who was found deceased here this morning and his relationship to this family. Of course, as you can see behind me, this is a developing story, and as we learn more, we'll keep you updated on air and online. But for now, reporting live from Tamarack, Anna McAllister, CBS News, Miami.
Hey, Anna, thank you for those details. Our team coverage continues right now with CBS News Miami's Steve Majuri, who is taking us through how this all began.
Just after 6 a.m., Broward deputies found a man who was shot on Plum Bay Parkway in Tamarack. That man died at the scene. Police haven't identified the victim.
They're advising about 4 rounds heard.
While they were there, deputies found out that 4-year-old Serafina Gingles and her mother Mary Gingles were missing. Deputies say Nathan Gingles took the girl away.
Carrying a 4-year-old white female, light green shirt, white shorts, no shoes.
Both Serafina and Mary Catherine are considered endangered at this time.
An Amber Alert went out just after 10 a.m. with the description of the suspect and the car that he was in. Within an hour, deputies found that car in a Walmart parking lot in North Lauderdale. Deputies say they found Serafina and Nathan, but the girl's mother wasn't with them. Janae Love got that Amber Alert and was there as the deputies got the little girl to safety.
As we're going in, we even were looking around to see if we seen the little girl. Came out and they found the little girl, thankfully.
BSO is still investigating the shooting and its connection to the incident. In Tamarack, Steve Majiri, CBS News, Miami.
And we, of course, are working to learn more. We will have the latest information on this story tonight.
Her father is charged with killing his wife and 2 others in a murder spree the mother saw coming.
NBC6 reporter Tony Pipitone joins us live at the Broward courthouse, where the mother had repeatedly gone there to get protection from him. Tony, tell us more.
Yeah, she had tried to get help repeatedly, obtaining 2 domestic violence injunctions against 43-year-old Nathan Gingles. And you're about to see how she became convinced that he would kill her because she was seeking a divorce.
Nathan Gingles, the father.
I can't hear you.
Nathan Gingles, the father.
Ex-military man, owner of 20 firearms, he wasn't so loud and proud in family court today.
I don't believe there's any services that the department can put in place to alleviate the risk to the health, safety, and welfare that you present to your daughter.
4-year-old Seraphine, who he snatched from her Tamarack home yesterday morning, as caught on this surveillance video, during a murder spree that took the lives of his wife, Mary Catherine, her father, 64-year-old David Posner, and a neighbor, Andrew Faring, who just opened his front door when Mary Catherine came frantically seeking help. In court records, NBC6 Investigates found she'd been warning for a year that she lives in constant fear of her husband. "He was going to shoot me and there's nothing I could do about it," she quoted him saying. He even started singing a song about how he was going to kill me. Because of Nathan's psychotic behavior, his multiple threats, his drug use, she said he used Adderall, his multiple many silenced firearms, and my impending divorce actions, I am afraid Nathan will kill me and my daughter. He's now charged with doing the first part of that, though sparing Seraphine, who was ordered held in a foster care shelter home for now.
Mr. Gingles has no contact. That means through no third party, social media, relative, friend, you have no contact with the child. Do you understand, sir?
I do, Your Honor.
Now, Nathan Jingles suggested one of his cousins get custody of the child, but DCF and the child's advocates would have to investigate and recommend that before a judge could do that. There was no mention of any relatives of the mother in court today, though they would likely have priority when it came to custody. The judge did one other thing. She ordered grief counseling for a 4-year-old girl who will never see her mother again. Reporting live in the Broward County Courthouse.
A crucial reminder here, help is available if you or anyone you know is a victim of domestic violence. You can call the phone number there on your screen or simply text the word START to 88788.
Thanks for watching. We appreciate you. Please subscribe.